Still playing. SKYRIM. The SKYRIM is still being played. I'm gonna get married soon, man. I'll get married. I remember when I was young, I was supposed to get married, but it's just like never met my expectations. So I just kind of always held off on it. When I was a teenager, I had a couple chicks wanting to get married, but it was like, man, I had this thing. I was like, man, I'm gonna get married when I'm like 26. At least I know, I'll be adult enough, because I was watching adults and stuff. That was like one of my main hobbies back in the day, was to like watch adults, like every age, from like 18 to like 35, just kind of watch it, be like, okay, this is the phases. Because back in those days, I don't know if it's like that now, but back in those days, you can kind of see an adult and be like, okay, that's me and this person are gonna pretty much have the same kind of situation. Like now I don't see it, but back in the day I used to see it like very vivid. Like, oh my god, me and this person are gonna live like the same lifestyle. But it was like I was like, I'm getting married at like, okay, so I had to take out. Don't mind the mess. I had to take out this vampire pilgrim, and I couldn't do it discreetly, so they just started attacking me. I was trying my best to like persuade them to leave me alone, but it's just like, oh my god, okay, let's pretend like I never seen that. But and I was like planning on getting married and stuff, but like when I was like I said, when I was a teenager, you used to have chicks like begging me to get married. I was like, nah, I'm alright, I don't even know what I want to do yet, like I always had like this dream of being like a bachelor, like I just watch the shows and stuff. So that's what I want. I have a whole bunch of fine, beautiful damsels just playing this game of roulette to win my heart. That's all I wanted. And I was on the path of being a musician. I was just like, I was trying to help them in a way. I was like, I'll marry you, but I'm not gonna do it completely right. You know what I mean? But like, as like feelings got stronger, I started to understand like the possessiveness of it. Like, oh well, I don't want this person to do that to me, so I'm gonna work on not doing that. Because at first, when I was like young, I did not care. Like I still don't care, but I understand. Like I'm gonna care if it happens to me. Like I don't know if that's selfish, but like if I'm attracted to somebody, I really don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just attracted to that person. But like if like if I'm attracted to a person and like we have like a strong bond and they're willing to like share our bond with some other person, then yeah, I understand. And then like the universe has showed me on many instances that like that's what you're doing to them. It's like, oh okay, because this hurts. I feel so betrayed. Just like it's just like you're like, no, why don't do that. They just smirk. What's with the smirk? Explain yourself. You don't. But I know when I hit. Oh my God! Leave me alone. What is that? Oh, it's a bear. Let me get across this tree branch. Maybe I can survive.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Bastard! No! Oh God! What was I thinking? I think I mean it was just the greatest mistake I ever made. When I was like 18, 19, my musical career was just on full charge. Like everything was coming to me, man. Everything. Like every person I needed to talk to was talking to me, and it was just like I was tripping. I was like, like, oh man, I think I'm in love, so I don't want to ruin my love to be the most successful superstar of all time. Because I had people predicting that. It was like, dude, you're going to be like the greatest of all time. Like, you got to keep going. And I was just like, I kind of used that as a crutch. I was like, well, shit, I already did it. Then if you see that now, I already did it. So what's the point in doing it? Like, that's what I've been trying to do. But and, I understand people tell people that all the time. Most of the time, people tell me like they be like, oh, like it would be aggravating. Like, dude, get away from me. Like, stay away. Like, stop telling me that. But I ended up putting like when I hit like 20, something like I think I was like 20 years old. Like the lifestyle just really was not in my favor. And I had so many females. It was just like it was confusing, and it wasn't the fact I was trying to do that. It was just happening that way. Like I can't explain it. Like it was just like I was, I'm a Sagittarius. Not just back then. Like we just fall in love. I thought that's what it was. It was just actually, my demeanor, the persona. But like I would love this chick. Like we just met, and she would love me, so I ended up loving her. Because she was like, and then like, what the fuck was that, bitch? What you think this is? Oh, crazy. But then, okay, so we would start running it for like a week, right? I meet another chick, and then we just fall in love. I would forget that I even was talking to this chick, and this chick had some like impactful conversations and stuff. I just would forget. Then I'm like a day after I met this other chick, I would remember. Oh my god, I forgot I was talking to this chick over here. We come together, and she kind of could tell. Or somebody would have told her like on some hating ass shit. Go crazy, just be hating like, well, all in your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to really be trouble. So I'm like, wait a minute. So this person that told you all this about me, but they ain't telling you about what they. I don't want to hear what he did. It's all about what you do. What's up with this chick? Yeah. So I just got tired of that shit. So of course, I just ended up paying attention, and it was just like that. Like the way I was pursuing the lifestyle was like creating those problems for me, creating those hindrances and stuff like that. So I had it in my mind. I'm gonna take a break from the lifestyle because it was becoming very troublesome. For me as a person, it was like messing with my creativity as an artist. It was just like because in order for me to like create like at my best, I had to be in my best moods, and what I'm saying, I had to be like very confident feeling myself, and you know what I mean. It was just like just dabbling in those adventures was really hindering me from being able to get into those mindsets that I needed to get into to be that person I needed to be for everybody to understand and recognize that I was the greatest of all time, all time. To get the clock, put my name on it. So taking a break. When I hit 20, I was just like, I've done more than enough, which I thought like back then, I look back, I'm like, wow, that wasn't even a pinch of enough. But back in those days, I was just like, wow, I mean, I've done so much. Like I made so many songs, and would drop like a project, and it would just flood the streets, and then like 3 weeks later, just drop another one just because I was psyched up about the other project, and it would be even better. Like it just couldn't fail, I just couldn't fail with it. And it was like I was like, man, just get that ego buzz. You know, it's like, man, I did this already, man, and I done focused on this so many years. What about all this love I had over here? You know, that's when I was like, I gotta start focusing on this love. I started noticing, the lifestyle was taking me from the love I had in my life. So I was like, I'm gonna take a break. Ended up, most of the chicks that was trying to marry me, so I had like 20, 21. They still was trying to get married. I was done. I'm not really trying to get married. I'm still healing from this lifestyle, going to the club and when you go to the club, you gotta be this certain person. You can't be the person at the house playing the Game Boy. You know what I mean? You gotta be a whole different persona. You gotta look like play Game Boy day of your life. You want people to feel you. It was like, I was trying to like get my mind back in order from that, and it was like, so by the time I was like 22, 23, I was like ready. I was kind of ready. But by that time, like people were like, like, well, you're not doing the music, you're supposed to be at least working, but like working was just not my thing. It wasn't the fact it wasn't my thing, it was just the fact that like people didn't respect me as an adult, you know what I mean? When I would go on these jobs, like I would literally, and even it's like that now, I go on these jobs, this person would treat me like I'm like 5 years old, literally, like treat me like I'm 5 years old, talking to me like go in the corner type shit, like what the fuck, bitch, first of all, you know what I'm saying, I'm like the type of person, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm grown as fuck right now, you shouldn't be talking to me like this. But if you're gonna talk to me like this, I'm gonna talk to you the same fucking way. No, that's a problem. It's like, nah, nigga, we taking this shit to the sandbox. When I was in the sandbox, you talk that shit, nigga, we rolling this bitch. That's how I grew up. So we going back to being kids, so we gonna be fucking adults. Talk to each other with respect, no matter what, because we on a fucking job. Go crazy. Fucking jobs in jeopardy right now. Not our motherfucking egos or our pride attempts, but it's none of it. So I was just kind of working on that, and it was like, I was like trying to get married then, which is like, our Christian, it was like, nah, I'm alright, trying to, like by the time you hit like 20s, these bitches develop some kind of, like when you're a teenager, all it's all fucking smooth and dandy dead, man. You could fucking bitch do anything you want, go crazy. But, once you get grown and fucking shit, messing like old motherfuckers, you meet them old motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, old promise this bitch the world and shit like that bitch believe that shit, go crazy. You can't just go in there, man. So by the time I was like, okay, I'm like ready. I'm ready to take my life serious. I'm ready. Like it was just like it was not taken serious at all. So it was just like I spent like 7, 8 years of my 20s like just waiting on females to take fucking serious. And I realized once a bitch becomes an adult, she don't take life serious no more. Like what I'm saying? That's just reality. That's just fucking reality. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Otherwise you never got married. Cause I'm like, if I get married, I'm taking shit serious. I'm not about to be fucking your friend and your sisters and shit like that. We're married. What the fuck? Like if I'm gonna get a job, I'm not about to, tell the boss close the door. I'm trying to get a promotion type shit. Like, nah, I'm trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm just not going through that shit. Go crazy because we're married. You know what I'm saying? That dude's fine. I would fucking murk you, bitch. Go crazy. Try to play me. The trick. I try to be lean, I probably would, but I was just, that's how I'm feeling, we're married, what the fuck, I probably wouldn't do that shit, I was just like, probably get divorced, so like, bitch, you're getting divorced, sign this paper, sign it, I don't care, stop crying, bitch, sign it with your tears, bitch, use tears as me, I don't give a fuck, excuse me, but, yeah, it's like, wow, like, most females I encounter, they really take marriage serious. I just take the relationship part serious, but they don't take the marriage serious. Like marriage is a two-way street. Like, we're supposed to be both on the same fucking lane. Like, if we going on vacation and we following each other and shit, we supposed to be kind of like matching each other in speed and all that shit. You can't be like driving all in the other lane. You put my safety in jeopardy and you ain't even think about yours, So it's like, fuck you, man, right? So, that's how it was. But now I'm at the age now I kind of understand what type of woman I need to be up, as opposed to just like, just older chick like me, like her back. I want some like a posh asshole. Okay. Still playing Skyrim. So I'm heading probably to the Temple of Mara. Get my wedding necklace. Yeah, that's what I gotta do in real life. Give me a chain. The chain. Oh, I like your chain. Let's go and settle down. Let's settle down. Yeah, so in my 20s, I just kind of like, went through a period of just not caring. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me. You know, 'cause I was young, that was my biggest thing. Was like, I want to get my knowledge up. I want to get my experience up. You know, so I don't mess up. You know what I mean? So I don't bring whatever I'm bringing out of people. You know what I'm saying? Include myself. Like, I was just like, I want people to bring stuff out of me. You know, so I was just like, I'm gonna work on that. And then it was just like, you know, when I started to do it with the opposite, was doing it right, it like got worse. Like, you know, it really did. Cause I never was like an adulteress or whatever you call it. Like I was never was the type of person who was just like, you know, let's just call me adultery type shit. Like, you know, I was like more of like, you know, hey, let's break up for a little bit. I'm about to go try something else, and then if that shit don't work out, then I'm gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I was just like more upfront. You know, I was just like, you know. Except for like when I got into like a serious relationship, then I was like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, man. I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, but you're sick of this shit. You're tired of it. Like my thing is, my biggest thing in a relationship is like if we having a confrontation or something, or we having a misunderstanding, you have to let me explain myself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come to me and like mess up the whole vibe of everything, and then like when I'm trying to express myself or why I'm doing this or like, you know, because everything I do is a reason. I'm not about to just like mess over you for nothing, you know. And like you don't let me explain myself. It's just like it's part of my brain kicks in. I'm just not really feeling you anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's how like most females is. You know, let me tell you what. Look. Remember I brought you around my friend and you was all on my mind. Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't no fucking thing. Oh, that shit. Oh, you want to hear that fucking boy? I trusted you. Nah, don't be quiet, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. Shit, 45 minutes later. Okay, look, I done listened to what you had to say. Now it's my turn. No, give you your turn. Oh my god. They finally shut up. You get to rolling with it a good 2 minutes. You get to your groove. And I was like, no. Yeah, you made some good points. I feel what you said, too. Oh, they cut you off. Oh, no, don't do that. Well, I mean, I got older. When I was back in the day. Like now, just kind of like, I don't gamble with like an imbecile, basically. Like, this person is a complete imbecile. I'm not saying that like an insult, it's just who this person is. Like, you know, you're not rolling to hear both sides of the conclusion, and you're pretty much an imbecile. You're just like a one-track mind individual. And, you know, it's not a bad thing, it's just what you are, if that makes sense. Like, you're just like, you know, like, I don't want to hear what, you know, what happened, the complete story, then you're just like an imbecile. It's kind of like, you know, because you don't know stuff from like one perspective, you know, it's probably your own. Perspective you formed from absolutely nothing, which is probably the reason why it doesn't make sense. Sometimes, what I'm saying? Like you just like too in your emotions to like hear the truth. Like you just want to hear like the side of like some people just like to like get upset. You know what I'm saying? Like some people just like to like be mad and anything that would like prevent them from being angry. You know what I'm saying? It like hinders their flow, I guess. Like that'd be like that. Some days like if I'm mad at a person, like man, I could sit there and talk about this shit all day. Like it's just like you be feeling good sometimes. I'm like, yes, I told you, I mean nothing. Cause you mad, you know what I'm saying? But it just comes to a point in life where you just want to be happy. Like some people just like to be mad like that all the time. You can't stop them. You just gotta kind of let them be themselves. But what the heck? You gotta be for everybody. Man. Take that. But that was the thing that would make me be like, I don't care what this person had to say, and this chick over here that was giving me play, I'm not gonna holler at her, cause at the end of the day, we ain't even arguing, I wonder what we gonna go get something to eat from or something like that, that's like the biggest complication of the day. It's like after we finish chilling all day, we're gonna get something to eat from. Like most of the time, like a little side chick situation, all you want is like a ride somewhere or something. Like they ain't really trying to bother you for your time and shit like that. Because most time you get in a relationship, that's just my experience. Like in a relationship, like this person wants all your time, but they don't want to make the best of it. Like they just want to argue with you or like point out shit about you type shit. It's like. And it makes you a better person, but it's like, my nigga, you forging a sword. You gotta let that shit cool down after a while. Just hammering and hammering and hammering. Like, chill the fuck out. The bitch is nice, It's nice. It's fucking beautiful. You just fucked it up. It's kind of like, I'm just like chilling, like. I went through that shit like for years, like just off the strength of like listening to these falsities, man. Oh man, just stick with your relationship, man. It'll work. Bullshit. That shit gets worse, huh, nigga. You like, oh man, once you make it to the eye of the storm, my ass ain't no eye of the storm, nigga. That's a hurricane, nigga. Ain't got shit to do with no goddamn woman. That's a whole other fucking situation. That's a whole other fucking situation. Cause that's a whole nother situation. That's something different. That shit just gets worse and worse. It's just never gonna get better. Like shit, like you just get thinking about this human beings constantly getting smarter. So every time you figure out how to like nullify one situation, this person will discover how to make shit even worse. The same fucking situation that you nullify, she figure out how to fuck that shit even worse. Ooh, and you talk about they be hating. Ooh wee, yo, ooh wee. Oh, you think you got haters? You might got one closer than you think. Why y'all do they be hating? Oh my god. Ooh wee, you talk about the hater. Oh my god. My god. Hey, women, they push you. No, it don't. They really don't. They don't put hating don't push me. You know what I'm saying? I push my damn self. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, just like the thought of how I allowed that hate to allow me to fall off a couple of times. That's what motivated me to get better. Like, man, I gotta get way fucking better. So this shit don't let me have like so. Cause I tried that shit. Like, oh man, just go with the hate. It's gonna build you up. No, it don't. It tears you down even worse. And this person does not care. Like they laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking shit is straight. Can't explain this shit, nigga. We pray for hurricane, nigga. You can evacuate that shit. Pop up out of nowhere. You like, goddamn. You try to chill with your little side there. You gonna pop up on your ass, nigga. Like a hurricane. At least somebody gonna warn you, nigga. A hurricane come. Let me tell you, this bitch coming. They do it all the time. My God. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be chilling, dude. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I went through all that shit. You know, like most times I see married people, I like the son. I just think, man, you ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't happy, but you fulfilled. You know, it's cool to have like a wife or some shit. You know, but you ain't happy. I'm trying to play like you happy. You know what I'm saying? That shit is the worst feeling, my nigga. That's like the worst feeling you can have is like being married sometimes. That motherfucker gonna hate on your ass. Oh, you talk about a fucking hater, my nigga. You want some haters, nigga. Get married, nigga. You want a fucking hater, nigga. Oh, no. God. Like, you might, man, look, man, you might be in the shower or something. You know what I'm saying? You get in the shower, you feeling good, catch a little tune. She catch wind of that, you feel me? She like, oh, I think he can sing. All of a sudden, every time you turn around, she's singing that note. If it wasn't good enough, she gonna hate on you. Put bleach on your clothes, all that. Just cause you hit that note, nigga. You hit that fucking note. Oh, you gonna hate my nigga. Oh my god. Oh, you can't be motivational, nigga. You gotta be a dull ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a person. You gotta be dull as fuck. But then it's like, you know, like why would I be dull for somebody else's significance? Like this doesn't make sense to me. Like why would I waste that? Like why would I? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I have loads of money and not spend it because somebody else scared of losing all the money? I don't give a fuck. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? You lose an arm, my nigga. Like, shit, and never come back. You lose some money, fuck it. You know, you still got your arms, you know? Like, if you do, you know. Person. Like, sew an arm on, shit. Nigga ain't about to get your money back. You go to the store, just rack up. They about to go, I got the receipt. And, you know, sir, we're going to escort your ass right on out here with the money you gave us. We can afford to pay this guy to bounce your ass right on out of here. Like in my 20s, you know, like I said, after like, you know, just I just like kind of made to a point to where I kind of seen the importance of getting married. I was like 21, 22 years old. I was like, oh man, you know, like, you know, 'cause I was the type of person, I was like, okay, well, I don't want to get married and then, you know, you with this person, but y'all don't even take each other serious, you know, because you're married. You know, it's not the fact that you love each other and you like care for each other. That's, you know, it's just really fucking you're married. You know, so you have to, you know. It's like a job. You know, you go on a fucking job. You know, I don't like this fucking person, but I gotta work with them every day. You know what I'm saying? Because we work together. You know, let's fucking on this job together. Like, I can't fucking stand this person. Like when I'm away from this person, I don't even fucking think about this person. I'm not saying I don't like them, you know, it's just like, you know, it mean absolutely nothing to me. Except when we at work, I have a good time, you know, might talk to them like we best fucking friends. When I get the fuck home with this, I don't give a shit. You know, it's like one time you're in a relationship or you married or something, you go in another room, this fucking person don't exist, but nigga, y'all the same house. You know what I'm saying? This person don't even exist, you know. I mean, ain't nothing good about this shit. It's like nothing good about it. Like, yeah. Like, you are the good part about it. That's what a lot of people mistake marriage. You're like, oh, well, you know, I got married maybe to a better person. No, marriage forced you to be a better person, you know, because you're dealing with this fucking maniac, you know. On both sides, both of y'all fucking crazy as fuck. You didn't realize it till you got married. Y'all fucking psycho. You know what I'm saying? That's what really pisses y'all about the person because they both fucking psycho to you. You know, you're like, nigga, I'm the biggest psycho around here. Oh, you think so? I hit your ass with a boat. Crazy as fuck. Fucking insane. Like, I'm gonna break you out your fucking psychopathic fucking rage. Like, this person's fucking crazy right over here. Oh, man. Fucking dude. It's really crazy. Fuck. Oh, crazy. And, get around people and know how to play completely sane. That's just, oh my god. You like, what the fuck? No, play that fucking crazy shit. And when they do, people think that shit is cute. Oh, that's so cute. That shit ain't cute, but it's a fucking psycho. I'm in danger. You know, nobody cares. You know, calm down. Say, no, I'm fucking in danger. And nobody fucking cares. Oh, you know. So, you know, you kind of want to be to yourself. You know, marriage is not for the faint of heart, man. It's just like, man, shit's like, man, underwater fucking welding, man. You're about that. You know, you want to call that a job. You know, you want to get into that job. I'm just not the type of person that cheats. And most women I see, like, they be with that shit. Like, you know, they gonna tell you they with it, but they with it, you know. It's just not my thing. You know? We together, you know, I'm just kind of chilling. But, like, you know, unless you, like I would rather you, like, what is these? I'd rather you, like, inform me, you know, if that's the type of person you are. Then, you know, that way I don't know, I could just, like, cheat on you and not care. Like, I don't want to be, like, feeling bad that I cheated on you and you've been cheating on me for, like, years prior to when that person just got tired of the unknowing behavior. It was just like, if I just cheat on this first time, I feel like I have no other way out, you know? I'm going to find this person been cheating on your ass, you know? Oh, like, let me know you crazy. You know, most of them do. You just don't hear shit. Like, I'm crazy, you know. They like Zorda Batosa Slayer. I'm crazy. You sure you wanna love me? That player come out your baby. Look, baby, I ain't no player, baby, but I love the game. You know, you ain't crazy, baby. You just misunderstood. I'm here to understand ya. Until you understand this person will tell us the truth. Oh my God, you realize this person was for real. This is for real, for real, for real. And you say the truth don't lie. For real. You know a person crazy when he make you crazy. You sane like mama. Got you, you know what I'm saying? Got you twisting your fucking hair out. You know, you got fucking dreadlocks, your fucking eyes on closed at night. And everybody like you all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're crazy. Oh, this nigga crazy as a motherfucker. I like him. This nigga, man, it's crazy, man. It's fucking psycho. Oh, crazy. You know you got your crazy female when she lock you out your own car. You be like, wait, bitch, let me in my car. No. What the fuck? Oh my God. You're like, what's going on? I'm in my feelings. No, bitch, you in my car. You know what I'm doing? Okay. No. They got this emergency button in their minds where they turn that shit on. Oh my God. Oh my God. She gonna get you mad. You know how you got me that mad? I do the wushu. You know, I'm in control. How you got me that mad? Don't tell me how you got me that mad. Tell me how you got me that mad. I ain't telling you nothing. Then you get real mad. Oh, you tell me. Sir, calm down. No, motherfucker, I'm in danger. Nobody don't want to help me. Oh, calm down, sir. Bitch, how these motherfuckers came over here and you ain't even call them? How you know my address, man? Calm down. Still in the SKYRIM. Yes, indeed. still playing. That's if you get the 5. Get the 5. So this hunter lady, she said she got bit by a vampire. And she tried to get me out on my potions. I was like, no. I used to be a vampire. Right? So. Ninja dust. um. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, getting in a relationship was like it was like one of the earliest decisions in my life. It was like I should have waited. I didn't understand like the consequences of my actions back then. If that makes sense. Like I just didn't understand how powerful of a choice that was. And just plan on never like making a serious decision like that again. Like that was dumb. Like it was just a lot of energy, inspiration, and like just creative ideas that I just lost. That I was just like never get back. I mean, like I said, you in a relationship, dude. Like it's gonna motivate you to do things. But see, it's like, man, it's like this person. Most people don't want to see you come up off of them, you know. But they're trying to soar to the top off of you type shit. You know what I mean? It just go both ways. Most people, say they don't understand. I have a total different understanding of where going both ways. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, make some money out there. I just, you just gotta protect your mind, you know. Cause most women are like going for that, like they're just trying to play your mind, you know what I mean? You just gotta kind of ignore it. But you shouldn't be in a situation where like you're around a person like that. Like most women that do that, like are suffering from like a severe mental illness, so it's not really their fault, but it's just like, this person kind of like got the T virus. So you don't want to hear that shit. He's gonna chomping on your ass. So I got the T virus, man. What you gonna do? Yeah. So the game froze. It's been doing that a lot lately. It's okay. I'm gonna play some Chrono Cross. I had download Chrono Cross like a couple weeks ago. I never really got into it because I had a memory card I saved on here, and I thought I could have swore I saved the game, but it did not save. So I had to start over. So I was just like, I'm just play this later because I think I put like a good 30-40 minutes into it and didn't save none of that. But yeah, most women are crazy. But it's just like so beneficial to society and the development of it that no one really noticed. See what I'm talking about, man? Did not say the game, man. No. Let's start all the way over. New game. So, name something. I always name my characters Guinness. I don't know why, it's just like a name that came to me. It was just lit, so I was just like, let me just keep naming it. But, hey, no. Let's go. No. God dang it. That's what I'm talking about, man. How come Now, Chrono Cross, like, this was a game that made a major impact on me when I was like 13. I was like 13. I think I had just really made it to junior high good, and this game had been out though. I think this game came out like 1999. So this game came out like when I was like 4th grade, but I didn't really get a hold of it till like 2002, I want to say, and because it was on sale. Because by that time, PS2 was going hard, you know. PS2, I think PS2 came out like, what year was that? Like 2001, 2000, something like that. And so like most of the like you can't use the analogs, how old games. So like most of like the PlayStation games and stuff, they was on sale. Like I think I got this game for like when I first got it, I got it for like $17, which was a lick back in the day. Now it's like games are ridiculously cheap, but when I was coming up, man, but even used games were expensive back then. That's weird. Like I got this game for like $17.99 or something like that. It was on sale, you know, because a PlayStation game costs like PlayStation game costs anywhere between $40 for a brand new game, or $50. Was it $50? I think it was $40. I did a brand new game, it was like $39.99, and like and the lowest it was gonna go was like $29.99 before it became like a greatest hits, and then you can get it for like $20. You know, and sometimes I think like the cheapest you get a game back in those days was like $8. But it pretty much had to be used and like, or like it just did not sell. You know what I mean? But like if you was trying to get like the Final Fantasy and what was lit back in the day, like the Resident Evil and stuff like that, man, you was gonna spend about $40-$30. You know, which was a lot of money back in the day, because you gotta think about it. You know, like $100, like the PS2 system was like $299, $199. So like come across like $100, was a lot. That was a lot of money back in the day. I think like to get 3 brand new games would have hit you for like 120. You know, so it was like some people that probably was a lot of money, but like, to me I was like, damn. You know? Oh my god, I don't know when I'm gonna see a lick like that. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna happen again. That was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was 2,000 fish right there. Like, but it was like I got this game. It was like I had just got like a PS2, and I see like PlayStation 1. You know, it was like you can get the games, but the games would get scratched up. You know, because I didn't have great game etiquette back in those days. Like, you know, I would take a disc, play a new one. You know what I'm saying? And just leave the disc out. I wouldn't even put it back in the case. You know, and just, you know, whenever I felt like playing it, you know, I didn't even wipe off the smudges unless it didn't read type thing. Like, so, like if your game, like, it was easy for your game to get scratched up. For like one day you'll come, well, my game, you know, one day I'll just come to the game and try to play it and it just wouldn't play. Or they used to have the little disc cleaners. Man, I remember had the little disc cleaner, you had the twist. It would mess the game up even worse. Like, you really thought you probably really wasn't playing that game anymore. So like there was a battle with the PS1, man. Yeah, cause like it was like, man, you have some legendary games, and it just like just reach their limit, it gets scratched up, but they just never play with you. And I remember when the PS2 came out, cause that's what happened when I had Final Fantasy 8, and you know, like Final Fantasy 8 had been came out, you know what I mean? I think Final Fantasy 8 came out like 1998. I didn't get Final Fantasy 8 till like 99, 2001, something like that. And I was playing it, you know, on and off, but I wasn't a real like RPG gamer, you know what I mean? Until I started hanging around them, you know, because like everybody I was hanging around with, you know, they was usually playing like sports games and stuff like that, or like, you know, fun games. They weren't really playing like the RPGs, you know what I mean? And like, so that was just like something I did by myself, you know, and so I didn't really have the understanding for it though. So like I would play an RPG a little bit. Once I got to the boss I couldn't beat, you know, I just kind of like stopped playing that game until I got the mood for it again. I'm kind of like that now, but I'm a little more focused. But it was like got that Final Fantasy 8, and then I had some friends. They went and copped it because they saw I let them borrow it. I was like, man, you can borrow it, man. And let them borrow it. Saw they was having fun. I'm like, man, I need my game back because that shit looking lit. Like, cause that's usually what it get me. Like, I'll get to a part I couldn't get to, and I let somebody borrow it, and they'll beat it. I'm like, man, let me get it back, man. Let me get it back, man. I couldn't beat that part, you know. So they ended up getting their own copy. And I remember, like, when I Final Fantasy 8, I had, the disc got scratched. Like, this one got scratched. So it was like right when you go into assassinate Ultimacia the first time, and that little scene comes on, and it would not play past that. Like, it was like the graphics were just too good, you know, for it to play. So man, I had I was like, I don't know how, you know, I'm gonna play this, you know, because it was going hard by that time. You know, I was doing little card battles and stuff, and I just couldn't see myself like starting over because back in those days, man, you like dedicating 3-4 hours to a game was a long time, you know. But now like games are like 500 hours, so that's nothing. But back in those days, like 3 or 4 hours to a game, that was ridiculous. You know, you really was playing that game, and because I think like back in the day, you play like 20-30 minutes at a time. That was it. You know, so it's like 4 or 5 hours. That was long. You played that game for real. But now it's like, you know, the game's so much interesting, so much more captivating. Like an hour, 2 hours ain't nothing on a game. You know? I wasn't like that back then either, but I wasn't that much of a gamer. But so this way, right? Yeah. So for Christmas, I think it was Christmas 2002. I got a PS2. Finally got one, and it had been out for a minute by that time, but finally got one. And cause the only reason I wanted one, I'll never forget this. Man, they had that Kingdom Hearts. That Kingdom Hearts was just coming out. Oh my god. You talking about, man, my favorite thing to do was go outside and play. That was it, you know. I used to love to go outside and play. I didn't really care about the game until everybody went in the house. You all outside by yourself looking crazy. So I was going to game it up a little bit, but my favorite thing to do was go outside and play, man. And then, I remember one day I was going outside and the TV was on. And that was what my mom used to always say. She's like, turn that TV off. It's electricity, you know, turn the TV off. So I was going outside and that commercial came on. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, what the fuck? That song is lit as fuck. By this time I had built up a love for anime music. Like I felt like around that back in those days. You know how like they had like the emos and stuff like that. You know, I felt like anime music. That was like the only music I understood. So I didn't understand a word they were saying, but it's just like the vibe. I was like, man, they get my vibe. You know, I'm excited. You know, it's just lit. Even when it's a sad song, it's exciting. You know, and it was just like, I was like, man, you know, I heard that song. I was like, man, what the fuck? You know, going crazy. And I didn't even see the game yet. I just like heard the song and I looked. And, you know, by that time, I was really into, like, Final Fantasy, and I love Disney movies. Like, that was my two go-tos right there. Like, I would play a Final Fantasy game, or I would watch some Disney movies, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like, kind of, like, live my life based on Disney movies. I seen, like, the lessons and stuff I learned from the Disney movies and stuff. And it was just like, man, I saw that game, and I was like, whoa! You know, oh, my God! You know, you could do both of them. At first, it wasn't that interesting, but I was just like, man, I gotta play that game. You know, that's like a game I gotta play. Cause I wouldn't even have lit for Final Fantasy X. You know, and I remember I did show that on Toonami. It was like, man, Final Fantasy X gets a 10 out of 10. This game is awesome. You know, it's just like, yeah, all right. I don't know if I'm being wrong because I wasn't really feeling Final Fantasy 9. Like Final Fantasy 9 was cool to me, but I just didn't really get to play it. So I was like, Final Fantasy 10 can't be all that. And I went and got that PS2 for Christmas. And the first thing I did, you know, I put in a game that, you know, because I had this little junkyard of games that was too scratched up to play. And, I put in a game that, you know, I was like, man, I think somebody told me, it was like, man, it reads a whole lot better, you know what I'm saying? Or something. It was just instinct, I guess. I put in a game. I forgot what game it was, but it came on, you know, and I was like, oh snap! So I might be able to play this Final Fantasy VIII. So I put the Final Fantasy VIII in there, and sure enough, man, I got to get past this one. So I ended up beating Final Fantasy VIII, and it was great. It was really good. I was like really. Like I love the song on there, man. It was epic. It was epic. It was epic. So by the time I beat Final Fantasy VIII, you know, I didn't really have any more RPGs. Because at that time I was playing at Vice City. I think I beat that Kingdom Hearts, you know what I'm saying? That Kingdom Hearts was so good, man. That was a good game. Back in the day, I don't know what it is like now. You know, because so many, like, you know, it's so many games that base their gameplay off of that game, you know, but man, that game was lit back in the day. Like that was the go-to right there. Like Kingdom Hearts was lit. You know, and I was a teenager. I was like a preteen back then, so it was just like right on time. You know, it was like right on time. Like now I'm older, I played a lot more Savage games, but you know what I'm saying. That Kingdom Hearts was the truth. And then I I had this game, and I ended up letting my friend borrow it because that's what we did, man. We switched games, man. But I think I let him borrow this game for some flicks. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we did. That's how we rock, man. Like if you had, you know, like back in the samurai days, you didn't have your sword. You wasn't a real man. So back in those days, you ain't had a flick. You ain't had your personal flicks, man. No matter how you came across it, you know, everybody had the flicks, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you had your old lady. You had an old lady to have your flicks, man. Yeah, I think he let me borrow some flicks. I let him borrow this game, man. Because I ain't really play it. Because I ain't get it. Like the little attack system and stuff like that, I didn't understand it back then. And there's just so many characters. I was just like, wow. And back in those days, I wasn't a real like dialogue reader. You know, like I would read it to like just to get an understanding, but I didn't try to put two and two with the storyline. I was like, oh, okay, they're actually explaining the story to you in the dialogue. You to read it. You know. I was like, man, I played the game, it was good, but like I didn't understand the thing that was happening. It was like, maybe because you weren't paying attention to the dialogue, you know. But which one of the reasons why I like Kingdom Hearts so much because they talk, you know. But now like I just kind of skimmed through the dialogue because like I had so many other games to play, so it's like I don't have time to be like trying to understand this game when I already beat it. Well, I didn't beat it. That's the point I was trying to make out. Then my friend borrowed it, and he beat it, and I was like, wow, you beat the game. And I saw him playing a little bit, and I was like, man, that shit looks fun. So I knew that's the type of person I was. If I saw you doing it, I was like, gonna try to do it again. So let's see. Sure. It's my little lady friend on here. One of them. We just friends, you know, we look out for each other or something. But tell me why this man scratched up this too. So I got to a certain point on there and I was rolling with it too. Oh my god. I think I got to the part too where you was about to you can finally got the dragons, all the dragons or something. And oh, this too was scratched up. And I'm talking about it was so scratched up the PS2 wouldn't play that. That's how you knew it was fucked up. Man. It was all good, you know what I'm saying? Because I have beat so many games because I was chilling with this person, I didn't care. But, like, hanging with them was the reason I even started beating games. Because I was kind of like play them. I wouldn't even try to beat them. I think like the greatest accomplishment I ever had beating a game was playing Final Fantasy VII. That game took me years to beat. That game literally took me a good... Man, I think I started playing that game. Like my bro introduced me to that game in '97, like when it first came out, and I did not beat that game until like 2001. Literally, like just did not beat it until 2001. And I had to use the Game Shark. That's how serious it was. I had to use the Game Shark, but I eventually once I downloaded it to like the PSX and stuff like that, what's it called? PSP. Once I downloaded it to the PSP, I beat it using the Knights of the Round material. I don't know if that's a cheat or not, but so I did. I beat it. You know what I'm saying? So, cause man, you go down into that dark crater, or whatever it's called. Oh my god, it's just ridiculous down there, dude. Ridiculous. I mean, it's just great XP, but man, you can get taken. Your whole party can get taken out in an instant. It don't matter how leveled up you are. I don't know how many weapons, material, all that, in an instant. We got that little thing, little green thing with the butcher knife. Oh my god, I used to run from his ass. He used to fucking up bad. Oh, he was the worst one. The Thornberry. Yeah, just gaming it up, man. Just gaming it up, man. Skyrim froze up, so now